Right. Let you give it a go in Australia. In the old triwheeler. And Australia, yeah, I did Indonesia wet yesterday. Cool. I forgot what I'm doing. Yeah. There is a chance I can finish the triwheeler today. Depends how long this takes. I tried to not procrastinate before getting on, so I could go hard. Still trying for 5th in this car after like 7 or 8 hours. No, more than that. Italian into Sandman. I love how it translates to Entra l'uomo di sabbia, which I believe would be Enter the man of the sand. So Australia in this car is kind of boring, as it turns out, because it is pretty wide open. Okay, actually no, that's wrong. This is the first track in reverse after doing this track forwards. But I do think that there are going to be some wide open sections of Australia that are just... like, this will be exhilarating and take a few seconds, and you'll get to max speed in some cars. Cars that you don't normally get to full speed in. Cars that you can't get to full speed in on other stages versus this, which you can... In terms of engine power, if this had a better handling than a three-wheeler, you'd be able to fling this around corners at full speed. It's just the fact that one front wheel means it's got understeer like an absolute bastard. Hey Rain. It's not rain today. It's dry in Australia. Not monsoon season. Maybe monsoon season later today if this is quick, or tomorrow if it's not quick enough. Ooh. Nice. I like ACC. I think if I was going to get into sim racing, it would probably be ACC. I've got the original Assetto Corsa. I should... not Assetto Corsa. Yeah, it is Assetto Corsa. I don't know why I thought it wasn't Assetto Corsa. Yeah, I got the original because it was like £3 on sale once, but it never actually managed to install it. And I've just not bothered since. Probably works. The reviews at the time when I got it were like, it's hit or miss. And yeah, after that I just kind of fell out of love with the idea of doing track racing stuff. I kind of wanted it for the mods and stuff as well. Hot lapping things. Oh yeah, no. Well, by sim racing I mean... Sim racing is the wrong word for it. Circuit racing in a more simulation-like game. Gran Turismo would be perfectly fine. Yeah, circuit racing with other cars, but like realistic cars. Not like grid. You know? Like Gran Turismo would be perfectly fine, but not like Forza. You know? I'd probably enjoy Forza, but you know, I want a race. Like Gran Turismo would genuinely be fine. The only problem would be I don't want a PS4. If Gran Turismo was on PC, I'd probably play it. And run on Linux. But it's oh yeah, Motorsport, not Horizons. Yes, I wouldn't want Forza Horizons. But apparently the new Forza is absolutely dog shit, and to be honest with you, I wouldn't touch anything Microsoft makes with a 10-foot pole holding an Xbox One controller that I bought like a month ago. Other than this, because apparently this is the only good thing Microsoft makes, and the Microsoft Wired 400 keyboard. That is a banger of a keyboard. What? How did I survive that? It must be safe under the road. It must be distance. Oh fuck. It must be based on still distance from the road, and like under the road is considered fine. Oh, you missed a monster flip the other day. I'm going to have to find it at the end of this and show it. Absolute beast I did in Kenya. True. Negative jumps are fine. Yeah, I'd have thought they'd just... I suppose they probably didn't expect anyone to roll off of the road quite so close to it and end up under the bridge. And it was like literally just as soon as I tapped the accelerator it went, oh yeah, you're in water. Did I ever send you a picture of my custom controller? Because it's incredibly gay. Oh, nice. I shall find the picture and send to you. Or actually no, I'll probably just take a new one. Because that would be a pain in the ass to find the picture. Because anyone I sent it to probably had messages since in the last month. If they haven't, I probably wouldn't have been sending them a picture of my controller. I'm not that bad at messaging people, honest. So, you have to imagine that this thing is actually a motorbike, but that you don't have control over front and rear brakes. So when you brake, it nosedives like a motorbike. If you brake while turning, it fucking dies. It's actually taught me to not brake while turning a little bit. But you can't trail brake with it, and it's super dangerous on sections like that one. Even if I hadn't braked, I kind of broke a little bit to brake traction, but like, if you come into something that goes uphill, because going uphill and turning is like braking, but it's super fucking just dunk 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 dunk, and then it has. Then it starts landing bugging itself as well. Where the game's like, if you land super sideways, the game tries to give you grip, tries to get you back on. Oh yeah, there's some great songs in this soundtrack now. Fuck, I was trying to read what the next songs would, what some of the songs were. Got an incredible song called License.txt. Because I control aid an entire fucking library. So if you ever see cover.jpg underneath my avatar and hear no music, it means that VLC is currently playing the JPEG of the cover of the album. Five people. It's going to be low when we get into rain, I think. Hot, distinct sandpiper Charlie bit me. Charlie bit my finger is apparently my mum's first exposure to YouTube. Apparently I showed her it. And that was the first time she'd ever seen YouTube, she says. Cool. How was that the first thing I ever showed you on YouTube? Either that or she just doesn't give a shit, because I know the first things that I watched on YouTube were cycling videos, and I'm fairly sure the first video I ever remember on YouTube that I still know to this day is a cycling bloopers video. There were probably ones before this, but back in the day if you search cyclocross, the first thing that came up was this cyclocross bloopers. Now you can find it by searching cyclocross and sorting by upload date, oldest first. But yeah, it's an absolute banger video. Big nostalgia. Benny Hill theme tune. Fucking bikes. Because it was new when I was watching it. So therefore the bikes were like what I was seeing on the weekend. Because it was an amateur race. It was all amateur racing. I'm pretty sure it was America. All the racing was shot at. But it was all amateur racing. So it was like bikes I was seeing on the weekend, which I think is why it's always stuck in my head, because it's like I could totally see myself in this blooper reel. The other early things I remember, which I honestly found out last year that one of the series that I used to watch on YouTube as a kid was not actually the entire thing. I used to watch trailers cut up for a documentary that is an hour and a half long. The trailers in total, I remember the entire story, the trailers in total are about 15 minutes. Now, admittedly, that's terrible marketing because you have just given me all the spoilers and everything on YouTube. But also, basically the vlog edit of an hour-long documentary. Just saying, because it did do the whole season of the guys racing. But I should get the thing, because when I started watching professional cyclocross, when I found out how to actually watch it, it was like, where's that guy? And then my dad was like, that guy only races America. Looked him up. It's like, guy only races in American races. He doesn't really come over to Europe. Because he's like the centre of the world. It's like, yeah, because he was US national champ. So, yeah, he was the centre of the world in the US for people who weren't going to come to Europe to race. Gotta be honest, I wouldn't. Although, to be fair, I won't even leave my own county to race. So, and there's many times where I won't even go around my own county. Massive sheep! Big floof. I found out there's a fucking giant golden elephant in Kenya. Did not know there's a giant golden elephant in Kenya. I thought the big sheep was there because, as we know from Tech Diff, Australia has an enormous amount of big things. Like the big Uluru. And Lobo! The lobster. Who is a massive fiberglass lobster. And they fucked it up. He was meant to be something like 100 foot. And they fucked it up and went meters. Lobo! Wait, is it called? So this is the bit where I forget which bits were jokes and which bits weren't from that podcast. I can't remember if it was called Larry or if that was the closest guess. And his name may have been Larry rather than Lobo. And Lobo was the bullshit one. Australia has an enormous amount of big things. Dickheads. Eugene, yeah, that was Chris. She's going, was it Eugene? Then there was the argument about the Uluru. I said Uluru, did you? Yeah, I have a point then. I did like how the point system started to matter in Two of These People Are Lying when Tom could win. All of a sudden, the point system actually mattered. And they stole War Owl's outro as well. The CS guy. I remember genuinely laughing and couldn't breathe on the floor after Matt Gray's incredible joke about the Time Garden. About the herb garden with Ruth Belville. Where did she go to get her thyme? Surely she should have got it from the herb garden. I was dying and then the joke comes. That was just the warm-up act. Did she die at the third stroke? Although the incredible part of did she meet her untimely death? That was better. It genuinely was better. Did she meet her untimely death? Rather than did she meet her untimely death at the third stroke? The untimely death is so much better for a woman who sold the time. So you don't need to watch that episode now, but it is funny. I have watched them many times. I've even listened to them, and I'm that sad that I made the video episodes into audio episodes and can visualise what's going on the screen while listening to them. That's how sad I am. Although it does mean that my shuffle is broken on my phone, because I've got so many Tech Diff podcasts and a couple of other podcasts on there that I hit shuffle in VLC and it's like, fuck. Every 2 minutes. It's either fucking, like, there's a 2/3 chance, I'm pretty sure, that it's Tech Diff or Hailstorms. Oh, what's the name of the fucking song? The slow, sad one. Here's to Us. Because there's so many bloody versions of that song that they've done, and I just downloaded the entire Hailstorm library, including all the best ofs, and it's in every best of. I still can't do, despite all of that, I still can't do the intro to the show. It is actually incredible how Matt manages to do it. Not Matt. Matt does it once, but Tom. Tom manages to do it. Hello and welcome to Technical Difficulties. We're playing to Citation Needed show where I take a random Wikipedia article and yeah, I can't do it. I can't remember what it is. There are points and off for every fact they get right. Points and a ding. And for particularly good answers, special mystery prize, mystery biscuits. You got the Technical Difficulties Reverse Trivia podcast, which is Reverse Trivial Pursuit. Here's the answer. What's the question? Citation needed. 2 of these people are lying. They did one before that. What did they do before 2 of these people are lying? Oh, they did the experiments. Yeah, they did the citation. We're ending citation needed. We need something else. And they decided on none of them and went with Call My Bluff. And now they're doing adventures as well, which is quite fun. Here's a budget of not a lot. Go and have an adventure and go and learn something. It is all in good humour. And Chris doing drag was the surprise. To be fair, the most surprising thing I saw until Matt Gray rides a skateboard. Although Matt's buggering up his own shit for that show by doing his own, which I do actually need to watch Matt's episodes. Matt's doing YouTube full time now, and he is trying things. That's what it's called. Matt Gray tries things. Matt Gray learned to skateboard. Was great though. I think the shirt he had on today said, "I tried today." It was something ridiculous. It had a happy star on it. He looked incredibly childish, and I think he chose the top on purpose to go with the fact that he was wearing full knee pads, arm pads, and a helmet, and looked like a 6'2" tall 6-year-old giggling, falling over. But to be fair, he progressed really far. Like, people were saying, oh, you know, he didn't get too far, but like, he rolled down some stuff that I would have the jitters to roll down, and I've been skateboarding on flat. I don't really take my skateboard to the skate park very often, but I can't roll in on a ramp. Don't be a max. There we go, we've got a cover. You can't see it, but it's there. Balls. Balls! Okay, so Australia is quite a long one, as it turns out. Australia's just going to get so quick once we get into a car with a higher top speed though. But that said, the logging truck couldn't get up to full speed here, so, you know, that was the funniest part. How did you do with the logging truck? Did you ever get into 5th? No. Not even in Australia could I get into 5th in the logging truck. If you can hold it together, this thing takes those, it's really hard. Oh yeah, I could force it into 5th, but like I was having to short shift. The only time I did get it into 5th because I wanted to see what would happen. But the only time I could do it was one place in Kenya and one place here. And I had to short shift it into 5th because I could see the end. You'll be in 3rd like right now. In the logging truck. You'll take that corner in 3rd. Like, it takes so long. Yeah, automatic gears wouldn't have given you 5th. That's for damn sure. I wanted to see if I've made it into 5th, could I rev it as well? So I think on the Kenya return, on the reverse version of whichever one I figured out, I could get almost into 5th. Yeah. Bloody hell. I'm knackered. Bloody overtime at work. It's a weird car this, it's not worth starting in 2nd gear ever, because it just can't get second gear moving. But first, you don't even have time to clutch kick it before it's time to shift up. It can't start in second. I was told I've got an Australian accent today, which I'm not quite sure what voice I was doing. Because I have way too many voices, for way too many different people. And it gets very confusing when multiple people get different, multiple people who have different voices from me end up meeting, and then I have to work out which of the voices is the least weird for me to use on which one. Very difficult. This is generally my internal monologue voice, quite well spoken. You can tell when I'm talking passionately about something because I will slip into more fast and loose and slang speech. Yeah, it's like, it does make sense, kinda, sort of. As Robin Williams said, I do voices. Makes the world a little bit more entertaining. It's quite funny, some people at work have, like, I've been there 3 years now, and some people are finally working out that I just talk to myself all the time. It's like, mate, only fucker I get a decent conversation out of round here. Only person who'll give me a decent answer. Why'd you talk to yourself? You're the only person I get a decent answer from. I'm mentally stable, I promise. Yeah, only fucker that gets all my in jokes. Only person that laughs at jokes. That's the other one. Why'd you laugh at your own jokes? Someone's got to. No one else is gonna. I'll be over here just giggling at my own jokes. Give me a minute. Oh fuck. That happens sometimes. I've learned with this car. You're just kind of driving along and all of a sudden, whoop! Just making slight adjustments because the road isn't straight, and it's like, hey, here we go. Yeah, it's like, nosedive, see ya. This car genuinely does feel like they put the truck of this bed onto a motorbike. Yeah, it's the free surface effect pretty much with this car just going skip, skip, skip. Yeah. It's actually under the bed. You can't see it. Like, you see how there's kind of more sidebar? There's a second layer of bed. It's full of moonshine. Or it could be full of Red Bull. Saw a thing on Reddit. Some people nicked 68 grand worth of Red Bull. Oh no, it wasn't. What was it? It was less than 6. It was something. The people working out how many cans it was. And I was like, Jesus. Some people were, oh, it's only. Oh no, yeah, it was 68 grand, 680 grand's worth or something, I think. And they were like, well, it depends where you're buying it from. If you're buying 24 packs, then it's this much. If you're buying singles, then it's about 20. But, yeah, it was like, what did they manage to nick? Oh, the whole fucking van. Yeah. And the top comment, which deserved to be top comment, was, they stole that much Red Bull. How do they sleep at night? Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was grim. I shouldn't have done that. I hadn't quite finished my hot chocolate. It's not hot anymore. Yeah, it was amazing. How do they sleep at night? Yeah. I always feel like hot chocolate cold should be fine. That's the thing. Every time I do that, I'm like, hot chocolate cold should be fine. Why is it not fine? It's a fucking chocolate milkshake at that point. And like, I make hot chocolate with chocolate milkshake powder sometimes. Because in the summer, I tend to get chocolate milkshake powder and have chocolate milkshakes when it's really warm. And then it gets to like the changeover season and it's a little bit colder. And it's like, oh, I want a hot chocolate, but I haven't got any hot chocolate powder, I've only got chocolate milkshake, so I just fucking make it. If you're doing it, you have to use milk with milkshake powder. You have to do it in milk, you can't try and do it instant with water. Have done it before. Even 50-50 doesn't work. I only mainly trying to do 50-50 is because I have a habit of overboiling milk when I put it in the microwave to heat it up. I end up fucking frothing it over the top. But you have to make the milk first, no powder in it, then add the powder to warm milk, same way you would with chocolate. Well, chocolate milkshake, I suppose you do it the other way around. You put the milkshake in first, then add the milk. But yeah. And whatever you do, don't try and do a warm chocolate milkshake through one of them milkshake straws. I was hoping we'd stay on the road there. Because this car tends to flip upright, if given a chance. It's kind of like the logging truck, it can't really flip over and stay stuck usually. Unless it's got to flip uphill or something. The heat makes it strangled. That is true science. Real science there. You sure you're not actually a professional scientist? Science Rain. Hi, my name's Rain. I'm a scientist. Oh, do you do meteorology? No, I sprinkle milk. Nominative determinism doesn't always work. Professional milk sprinkler. We're done. Nice.